One time for the real one.
Guys, it's the Maverick Kwame Gustin, actor, writer and director, and you're tuned into ARB Radio, #1
This
for Afro
song could put
entertainment.
you in trouble. This song could put you in trouble. Tied to you like a bandana. We can go wherever you wanna. The way she dey move, mommy, I no go tire. When she dance around, it's like fire. It's a holiday, wherever you day, yeah. Take you from Cape Town to Ghana, down to my hometown, Nigeria. All you need, give it to me. What you need, I can be, yeah. Want you to know, shawty, that I am tied to you like a bandana. I'm tied to you, my baby. We can go wherever you wanna. Go where you want, my lady. The way she dey move, mommy, I no go tire. When she dance around, it's like fire. Fire, boy. So I tell her, baby, run my race. Tell her, baby, run my race. Tell her, baby, come my way. Tell her, baby, come my way. And whenever I wake up, she be the only one where they miss me. Afro, Naira, please stay with me. Would you be my queen? No love.
Welcome to the ARB radio show. You're joined by your host, Afro Section, and Dam, part of the ARB Nation TV team. We were actually supposed to be joined by a guest today, which we were all really quite excited about, given the last episode and the direction that we took with that episode, focusing on the state of Afrobeats in the UK. But unfortunately, he was a no-show. So, guys, what do you feel about? How do you feel about this?
We've had to reshuffle all our questions and what we're going to ask. It would have been an actually interesting topic in terms of seeing it from a producer's point of view, seeing the scene from a producer's point of view, not necessarily an artist or a spectator. I mean, it would have been good, especially because he may have had disagreements with our last show, and it would have been good for him to vent his frustration.
But not even just that, but I think just to have a dialogue, right, about because this whole scene, for it to keep going, people need to be talking about it, of course, to be involved in it, and to have different opinions and people having different perspectives on the scene is really important, regardless of whether it's negative or positive. And also just putting yourself out there in terms of what you're doing for the scene and within the scene is important. So and I think both our platforms, ARB Radio, ARB Nation TV, and also Afro Section, the whole point of our platforms is to create a space for people to showcase their stuff, right, and to promote people that we genuinely like. So it's a shame that we've actually put in a lot of effort to try and arrange this, and the person just didn't turn up.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I can say personally for me is that the interesting thing is that we were contacted by this person, which was good.
It was great, actually, right?
It was
really positive. That's what
most definitely, and the person obviously kind of stated that how they were not obviously entirely happy with what was said in the last episode. Basically, they were like, kind of like put their view and kind of put their spin on what they feel was going on, because they want to ensure that the Afro scene is upheld to a certain standard, which is great. So not being able to have them today is unfortunate. But on that, we must say that this is why it's very important for us to. I think professionalism is very, very important.
It's so important.
It's very, very important, and this is how it's going to be viewed from the outside world, especially when you're trying to promote artists or just promote the scene in general. If we're trying to plan stuff and we're finding that people aren't professional, it's only going to make the scene as a whole look a bit odd, especially if you say you're supporting it to this extent and so forth. You're almost like misrepresenting it, because if we were outsiders and not Afro and done this, that would have been a blow to the scene in general, because you're seen as a big. So I don't know.
Representing everyone else.
So I mean, it's a disappointment, but everyone has their reasons, and we can only respect that and basically keep doing what we need to do. But that's what I'm.
But actually, speaking on this topic of people representing the scene and sort of behaving in a way that sort of lets the scene down. Like something similar actually happened a couple of weeks ago. So I was listening to a radio show, Snep Tizzle's radio show, and he had an artist that was supposed to come in, and he actually had two artists on the day. One of them was UK focused, one of them was UK based, the other one is, well, you could say UK based, but Lagos based, I guess. And the UK based one just didn't turn up. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, you've organised this. Neptizzle's that's a great platform to be on, to showcase your stuff. You've just dropped a song. Like, the guy was promoting you right from the beginning of the show, saying, yeah, you're going to be in, we're waiting for you, we're going to be in. And you didn't turn up.
I think on that note, with the whole UK, that as you said, that UK Afrobeat artist not showing up. I think what people don't kind of get as well is, you know, doing stuff like that, what the recipient of that type of action, they're only gonna kind of put the whole scene under that umbrella. So it could be one quote unquote UK Afrobeat artist that didn't turn up. They're only gonna see is like the next time they talk about it, they'll be like, oh, UK Afrobeat artists are not serious. I had one. That's how they're gonna talk. It's like, it's not gonna be, oh, this specific person. I'm not gonna blame the whole scene no more. No, people are like, the UK Afrobeat artists in general is what they're gonna say are not serious. So when you do that, like I said, that you make, I guess, like your specific genre, which I guess they call UK Afrobeats, look in a certain way, and people only just be whole, not just individual. They will describe the whole scene, and that's, I guess, that's what's happening right now, where we find people just saying stuff. For example, oh, the scene ain't professional in general, because they're probably seeing. I think they're picking out the bad bunches and just kind of watching everybody into one box and saying this. So that's kind of. I mean, I can't stress like how important it is to just uphold professionalism because of how you would look from the outside. You know, I can't stress it enough. But it's the people that are doing karma. That's the best word. This was just what I can say. Because I'm not sure how to put it for them, but they're gonna keep doing them. So I wish them well, but it doesn't bode well. Yeah.
But the thing is, we're not going to give up. So if we want to do something where we're organising something like this, and we want to get an artist on, we'll contact them. We're not going to let this occasion dampen the whole view of the scene for us, basically. So because we're so passionate about it. So yeah. So on a lighter note, we move away from that. So given that we're all from the UK, and you know we're all influenced by lots of different genres, and we have loads of genres that come from the UK that we listen to. But why is it that it's this particular scene? So we felt that we wanted to create a platform for and actually promote artists and music and content and events and whatever for. Why did we decide that?
For me, it's a situation of like we're just being part of. I think like doing music in general was what kind of got me, I guess, interested in the whole thing anyway. So that really helps, you know, just having a passion for it, not just being interested in the business, which most people are, but having a passion. So you know, like once that was in place, then I just realized, okay, cool. There's another sound which I won't even lie to you, I wasn't always on supporting or listening to it. It took me some time really actually to get really involved with the whole, or get my ears fine-tuned to the Afro, you know, beat sound in general, like coming more so from Africa. But once people were pushing me to it, and once I was going to events and I was getting the bug, I'm like, this is amazing. But then I found out that, you know, there's a lot of people here that were doing it as well, but they weren't getting that recognition, and I realized how hard it would be. Mainly when I started jumping on, which is something we touched upon in the last episode, viewing platforms like GRM, SP, and Link Up. When you see those try to promote Afro artists and the comments they get is very, very negative, you're like, I guess the only way for people to not give negative comments is if they literally land on an Afro platform and you can't give negative comments. Why have you come? Like,
exactly.
You know exactly what it is. So that's kind of where, you know, the idea of wanting to promote Afrobeat in UK was birthed from.
Afro section, well, basically we started, it was just really like a SoundCloud based kind of thing in terms of where we would put our music that we like on it, and obviously just coming from a background where we've just loved music, from my dad to my mum, we just love music, you know. Like, I remember like listening to we used to listen to like Kofi Olumide and We're Nigerian. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're listening to different genres of Afro beats and like different African elements. We used to listen to a woman from South Africa called
Brenda Fassie.
Like, do you know what I mean? We had her album, but it was like a video album, so it was all her videos so like, it was just proper. So it was never just solely like Nigerian-based music like Fuji and stuff like. We used to just touch on everything. So you know that would come with learning different dance routines. You know, I like to believe that we're very good dancers as well. Do you know what I mean? So
that's it. We're out there.
So like, and we just literally started on that. It was just a thing where we just used to repost, and then we just thought, you know what? I don't know how it happened. I don't know if you remember, but how we went from just a normal like SoundCloud page to Afro section.
so we would look for songs. Like you said, we love music, and we've always listened to African music, like ever since we can remember. And what we would do is we'd look for songs on SoundCloud that we wanted to listen to, but we couldn't find. So then we would post them up. And I think you had like a name of like Shakka or something like that you started off with. So I can't remember what song. I think it was like Chicane. There's a girl group.
Oh, Chicane, yeah.
Is it Chicane? I don't know. So it was their song. I think it was called Omarion or Shelenge or something like that. And I really liked the song. I heard it on TV and I was like, okay, let me look for it on SoundCloud. I couldn't find it, so I thought, okay, I'll download it and I'll put it up on SoundCloud. And then that was the first song we put up. And then there was another song. I think it must have been maybe it was Sona, one of Sona's songs that again we couldn't find on SoundCloud, so we just put it up. And then that was just because I guess other people were looking for the song, they started listening to the song on our platform. And then that's where the plays started coming up. And then the song that really just went crazy was Alami Days. Bobo. So we put it up because I think it was you that put it up.
I put it up, but that was when we were really in the gist of just whatever good tunes come up, we're going to be the first ones to put it up so we can get the plays. That's what it was really.
And then we just put that up and it was, that's on.
And I remember like Timbo, Hasta La Vista as well. That's got like 500,000 plays. Do you know what I mean? So that we kind of just carried on doing it. And then I think the moment we kind of stopped and it dipped was when we started getting the little copywriters like, oh, this and stuff on it.
But then what we decided actually was that we were never trying to steal from
Never, we were just literally.
It was just if we
and
couldn't
we always
find
wrote
it
as well.
Right?
We always wrote
and
it.
we always say, no copyrights. What was it?
And we don't own the rights.
Yeah, we don't own the rights to the track. We're just sharing the love. That's literally what we put on every song. And so we started off doing that, and then we changed the name, and eventually it became Afro Section, and we created a Twitter platform. But the reason why we went that particular route was because we wanted to just promote the artist, right? So if we couldn't find a song, we put it up, and then every song, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but every song we retweet or repost on our page on SoundCloud, it's always from an official account. So it's never someone else putting up the song. It's always the official person, or maybe from the official record group or label, whatever they're from, because we just want to give them their views, their plays for loading it. So we've always done that, and every time we haven't found a song, then we would load it ourselves and just put at Afro Section. We always at them, we put the ats into it, so that you can always go back to the original artist. It's not about us, we're just creating a platform. So that's what we've always been about. So so I guess just going back to what Kaz said, that the reason why we actually started Afro Section and the reason why we chose Afro beats was just because it's always been an influence in our lives, and it's so difficult to not have that. I think it would have been the most sort of disingenuous thing, or it must have been, I don't know. But it must have been just not very genuine of us to have done any other genre than an Afro-inspired genre.
How did you find the reaction of artists once they, I guess, found that this is a platform, this looks like a viable platform that we could?
So there was one. So we actually have had some artists actually contact us and say, can you put our song up? Which is fine, and we've done that on several occasions, and that's actually been quite good. And then the artist would just repost or retweet or link back to our page, which is great. There was actually one artist, so it was Omar Frenchie, when he did the song with Naira Marley, Seyi, and I think you came across the song first, but we both really liked the song, so we were like, okay, we're going to put this up. But then we didn't realise that he was trying to put it up as well on his page, right? So then as soon as because we put it up as soon as the video dropped, and then the views were just raking the views on our page. I think it got to 10,000 plays in a couple of hours. And then he then contacted us directly and was like, oh guys, could you take the song down because I'm trying to put it up on my page, and then I'll let you know when you can put it back up. So it wasn't even the fact that can you take the song down, you shouldn't have done it. It was more, can you take it down but then put it back up later. So
and we always respect that. Do you get me? It's because it's not our song, but if you are obviously going to promote your own song and put it on your page, we're more than happy to bring it down. Do you get me?
Exactly.
It's we're not trying to take the shine from you kind of thing. But,
absolutely not.
We're always just trying to promote good music, and at the time that was a good song.
Yeah, it was. I really like that song. I still listen to it now. And so when he contacted us and was like, can you take it down? We're trying to put ours up. or I think they were trying to do something like push the video. That was it. They were trying to push the video because they weren't getting the views on the video because people were listening to it on the SoundCloud. So it was like, can you take it down? So we took it down, and then they carried on. And then he contacted us again and was like, can you put it back up? And then he actually reposted the song from our page to his page. And even Timbo did that as well with the Hasta La Vista. If you go to his page now, even I think like the second or third song down is the one that we posted from him. So yeah, like it's always about the artist. We're never trying to steal anyone's shine. It's just because we're big fans of the music, and so we just put it up because no one else is doing it.
I think that kind of thinking about it anyway, it's important that you guys were doing it anyway, because why? It's true. I think if you look at it from like a listener's point of view, they probably want to find all the Afro kind of in one place, yeah. Right? If it's scattered all over, all this, like they might even not know these artists at all, right? If they're finding new songs, new artists, and they're finding in one place, it's beneficial for the artists anyway. So I guess it's good that they were happy and there weren't any conflicts or any too much conflict in you posting up. So it's actually good. Yeah, it's a good strategy. Definitely, we should have done it. Yeah. No, very good strategy. Yeah.
But then the thing is, there are other platforms out there that have loads of views on SoundCloud and loads of followers on SoundCloud that do a similar thing that we do. But I feel like the thing that makes us different is that we are quite personal with it. So we contact people, they contact us, we reply to every message we receive, we at everyone, we're just trying to be more personal. So even if you don't know us in person, you will have had some form of communication from us as well. So I guess that's what sort of makes us a bit different. So actually, before we carry on, I was thinking during the show we could all select 3 of our top songs that we like at the moment, right? And it could be something quite recent, it could be something not as recent, maybe end of last year, so mid to end of last year. And the song that you pick as your top one out of the 3 will be the song that we play. Okay. And then you can explain why you like it. So I'll start off because I guess I'm the most prepared because I came up with the idea. There are 3 songs I'm liking at the moment. And I tend to be quite sort of like continent of Africa focused in terms of like Afrobeats that I listen to. So firstly, One Day Cole, Tequila, I can't say. So yeah, I really like that song. I don't know. Well, One Day Cole is a legend. And that song in particular is just another one of those that when you hear it you can't help but dance, like you just have to. So that's one of my favorites. That comes in at number 3. Number 2 is a guy called Laddie Poe, or I think his name's Laddie Poe or something like that, but I think he calls himself Poe, P.O.E, I'm not sure. And the song is Are You Down, featuring Tiwa Savage. And the reason I like this song, I feel like this guy has really been grafting, like just in the seat, like in the background for a while, and I think he's signed on to Maven now. But which is a huge platform to be on. But him as an artist, I think he's still up and coming, and people are still just sort of going on to him. And he's more of a rapper. But I just really like the vibe of that. This song is pretty chilled, and it can easily pass off as a song from here or like from anywhere really. I quite like that song, and the video is actually really quality as well. I like that. And my number 1, which I'd like to play and I absolutely love, is a song from Ghana called Selfish by King Promise. Now King Promise is I feel like there's a lot of Ghanaian artists at the moment that are really doing their thing, and R.I.P. Ebony, who died a couple of weeks ago, like she was part of that young, fresh Ghanaian sort of up and coming artists at the moment, and there's loads of them. There's King Promise, there's Kwame, something, I can't remember his name. Ebony was one of them. There's another guy, Kiddy, I think his name is. There's so many of them, like really bringing out good content at the moment. And King Promise Selfish, that song in particular, I think it's just beautiful. And the song, the video as well is great. It's such a beautiful song. So that song for me is my number 1. It's the song I'm going to play. So here is King Promise Selfish.
King Promise. Me name me dofu shed the mama. You sa diempo asa. Sana diempo asa. Ya dempe mo edin komo ya dwi ya ho. Ama you sa diempo asa. Sana diempo asa. Love being in your company. Here with you is where I'd rather be. Give you the best of me like it's supposed to be. Na, 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 na. And girl, I love it in your company. Here with you is where I'd rather be. Give you the best of me like it's supposed to be. I know they won't make you go, won't make you stay. Stay in bed watching your pretty face. Baby girl, I'll be selfish with you. Girl, I'll be selfish with you. No, they won't make you go, won't make you stay. Stay in bed watching your pretty face. Baby girl, I'll be selfish with you. Yeah. I know they won't make you go, won't make you stay. Fall in love watching your pretty face. Baby girl, I'll be selfish with you. Girl, I'll be selfish with you. No, they won't make you go, won't make you stay. Stay in bed watching your pretty face.
They call me Jeff Jones. What up, people? It's your boy Jeff Jones. You're locked into the ARB radio hosted by Afro Section. Ragadat.
Okay, this is a tricky one. Okay, I'll say.
But maybe even like your earliest memory.
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm gonna give you two answers. I'm gonna have to give you one that brought me to that in terms of Afrobeat International and then just UK Afrobeat. So I was like, this is the first track that really made me think. Like I remember vividly. That was probably like 5 years ago. I feel like now.
Let's see if we know it.
Long time ago.
Test us to see if we know it.
Okay, cool. So I remember I think I heard the song a few times, but then I heard my little sister at the time listening to it, and I'm like, I was thinking like, what is this track? Because it didn't sound, I don't know, like it just sounded so fresh. I hadn't heard the sound before. So then when I was I walked and I'm like, who is that? And then the track that was playing at the time was You Bad, You Want It? Yeah. And I was like, and I saw the video and this made me feel, I was like, this is in Africa. Like, that's when I felt, I think that's when I was captured that properly. Because I had one or two, you know what I mean? But one day Cole really just, like he dragged me in. Because I remember I just didn't want, I wasn't like, oh yeah, but I always heard like old school ones, which wasn't as, you know, I guess, say popularized, you could say. But from then, so like I think the next one I loved to bits. I think right after that was Wizkid featuring what's this guy goes no. This was it a South African people.
Wizkid.
Yeah, it was them featuring Wizkid. And it was a track. It was very girl. Is it girl?
I've been thinking of you.
Yes. Is that's what's going to be, is it?
No.
That's thinking.
Okay, they're not South African. They're
sorry. Bracket. No, I swear they're not Nigerian.
Yeah, they are. They're Igbo.
I remember thinking to myself like, wow, okay, my bad. I remember thinking, these guys from different country and they've gotten, because they were speaking some next language, but I realized it was Igbo. Wow, okay, fair enough. So Bracket, that track. It just kind of strangled. I was like, I don't think I can let that. I just completely fell in love with the whole, Afro international scene. And then the one that made me kind of realize I need to set up literally a platform here was Nizzy No Way.
Yeah, I think
that was the one that was like, I was like, this is not, because even that was so different to the Afro international sound I was hearing. I'm like, this is so. That's why the platform was initially named Afro Beats, because of that kind of sound. And then from, I would say, them two songs, One Day Cole, You Bad, and then Nizzy, No Way.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I haven't heard that song go down in a long time. I feel like there's so many songs. There are so many songs that like.
It was nice. It was a different vibe. Now you see so many, Afro. I don't want to say Afro artists. I don't think a lot of people out here Afro artists, but they're just taking from the sound right now, and they're just making it, and they're just making it, putting a vibe to it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing so much. I like it, but I'm like, you need to come and pay homage to the lot. You were dissing Afro.
That's okay. That's the reason why I asked this question in terms of what it is. So we'll talk a bit more about homage and stuff like that. So, Kaz, do you wanna?
My two
first one that you remember.
That I remember was Styles Plus.
Oh man, I'm
actually seeing them in 2 weeks. I'm gonna see them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're being honest. We're being ground root. Yeah,
that's right. Because I remember going to Nigeria when I was like 8 years old, and they were playing that in the morning, on the streets, everywhere. I'm telling you, like they were playing that song every time.
Yeah.
So there was that, and there was Downfall Drivers. Yeah? You know about Downfall Drivers? Like they used to be like Downfall Drivers, isn't it? Like driving the buses and that, but they used to make songs to it. So then they had a song.
They were like there. I think if you think about people like Olamide, that sort of street vibe, they were the originators of the street vibe, like the proper just bus boys, you know, like thugs on the street, just making music, and everyone just does it. Yeah.
Those are mad tunes that went up, because I just remember like waking up in Nigeria, and you know they wake up early. They start early. They start the day proper early. So here coming from London, we're waking up at like 10, 11, and everyone's already started. The market's already on. The music's everyone's. You know what I mean? So like, all we used to hear was Styles Plus all the time. Styles Plus, just going on the radio.
Hey, we might need to drop. We might have to drop that in, you know, just to take it back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, drop that in, you know. I'm getting jitters, bro. I'm taking me back, bro. Yo, yeah, my shit, baby, like.
Style Plus.
When I said to you that I'd never wanna love another woman, girl, it was true. So true, I meant to marry you. And when I did, I wouldn't want to take care of you. For you, now you say you wanna leave me, girl. When around you I have built my world. Whatever you heard about me, baby, it's definitely crazy. Please give me one chance to show. Oh, for me, oh, my body let me go. Oh, for me, oh, my baby. My chef, me say that I like. Do not see me, oh, oh, for me, oh, baby. Oh, for me, oh, my body let me go. Oh, baby.
Styles Plus are amazing.
These children don't know nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know, and that's what for me, in terms of you to be a credible artist, I want to know who you were listening to 10 years ago within the scene. Because if you don't know about Olufumi, Runaway, Call My Name, you know, Styles Plus classics, like, then can we be having a conversation? I don't know. Okay, for me, I guess with Kasim it's the same. Because you listened to those in Nigeria, and I didn't go to Nigeria with him at that point. So when he came back, I remember he brought Olufumi, and I was like, I really liked the song. But prior to that, our dad used to go to Nigeria and buy like hundreds of VCDs and bring them back, and then we would go through every day, like every Saturday, Sunday, we'd go through the VCDs and watch them, which ones didn't work, which ones worked, which ones were rubbish quality, and like good songs and stuff like that. So for me, I think the first song, the songs that I remember, probably the earliest song I remember listening to is probably like Two-Face, African Queen, Kenneth's Music, that whole group. Oh, there's too many. Azadus, who is the one. Okay.
And it was like basically what it was different like artists on one VCD. So you're just literally going through like the top Nigerian acts. You get me?
At that point, and it's just all their music videos.
All on there.
So the thing about them, especially at that time, I feel like a lot of them were like actually trying to sing a lot more sort of R&B style songs, right? So like Two-Face in particular, like you can tell that his influences are quite R&B and like reggae and stuff.
P-Square
and then and P-Square, like back in the day, like Busybody, P-Square, I don't know if you know, like way before they blew, like that was literally where they started. Busybody,
songs.
They were like exactly where they were all really trying to be like Usher, and I think it's really sort of from sort of post 2009 that they've started to really just embrace, I'm African, and actually I'm going to wear Nkiru in my video, and I'm going to wear this and look like that. But prior to that point, when we were listening to them, it was very like, you could tell,
baggy trousers, baggy clothes,
like basketball outfits, and then like the FUBU and the Machino, the dance moves like that. But yeah, so the earliest songs I remember listening to is Two-Face, African Queen, and actually one that really hits me now and I still listen to all the time is La Baja's Congo Below.
Literally,
like, I love that song.
That is just culture.
Yeah.
In terms of the way you used to dress as well.
I don't know if you know La Baja.
I know La Baja, yeah. I don't know that song, but I know him.
Well. You probably do know the song though. It's his biggest song.
I won't be surprised if I hear it.
Yeah. But the reason I liked it was because like we were also brought up on a lot of Fela, and he's got quite a big Fela influence. And you can tell, he takes a lot of his influences from Fela. So yeah, that just was a nice sort of crossover. Because I think Fela can be quite heavy if you don't know, and especially when he has like a 10-minute intro before the song starts. But whereas he just sort of went straight into it, so it's a lot. It crossed over a lot for us. So yeah, those would be like the two songs I'd say. Yeah, when I think of Afrobeats, that's where it sort of started off for me. And I don't think they necessarily fall into the Afrobeat genre now, but I would expect that a lot of people that are doing Afrobeats now would be looking back at those artists and going, that's where it came from for me. And so the reason I asked the question, and going back to when you said about paying homage, is that I really, when I come across a new artist, I'm trying to figure out like exactly where their influences have come from. And like when I hear songs like let's say David Doe, for example, a lot of the times he samples really older stuff, and a lot of the time I actually get the references, which is quite good. I feel really good about it anyway. But like I feel like it really hinders on your credibility if like there's no reason why you've jumped on this Afrobeat scene. You're just doing it because it's the thing at the moment. Like if you can really go back and say, yeah, when I used to listen to Two-Face, Face to Face album and Grass to Grace album and stuff like that, and going back to WizKid, because I guess WizKid is a big introduction for a lot of people that listen to it now, that they will probably go back to WizKid, even though he's actually still quite young. But yeah, I just feel like when I talk to artists, I really want to know exactly what it was that kicked it off for them and where they got their influences from.
I mean, everything you guys have said, just because I think it's important that I create even more context, because I think where I've started it made people think really just came from you bad. No, that was really what got me into the new age.
Yeah.
When it comes to exactly what you guys are saying, for example, I need to first kind of give a shout out to 419 Squad. I don't know if anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone. Just in case people don't know, 419 Squad. I used to like an older cousin of mine was a female. She was more of their age at the time, and she literally just dragged me and my older brother along to stuff they did with it being a studio. So I should probably say that was my earliest, you know what I'm saying? But actually, if I go even more, like my mum was, like exactly like you guys, she listened to people like Shino Peters, Barista,
King Sona,
King Arnotion, like all these. So that's where my ones are from. So I'm just saying, I wanted to create that context to this. It might sound, everything you said was about artists, I need to know their back catalogue of how deep. Because like people are gonna think, wait, hold on, this ARB person is quite early in there. No, it's not. I just wanted to make sure. That's what dragged me into the new age Afro. If I'll give you my history, that's where it came from. But anyway, kind of going back to what you said about that. Yeah, I think it's very important to know specifically what these artists, because it's true. I mean, they need to. A lot of them are, like I said. What kind of got to me was when I would talk about Afro type music or Afro, Afrocentric artists, and they'll be saying stuff like, I'm not really feeling an Afro ting. And that's the specific word people use, especially grime. Yeah, especially grime is like, I'm really feeling Afro ting, basically. And it used to get to me, I'm thinking to myself, well, you were there once, where grime was bottom of the barrel, you know what I'm saying? And now it is where it is. You must kind of realize to yourself that the people that are really big right now, the J Husses, and you know what I'm saying, look where, they're quote-unquote kind of Afro artists. There's no other way, the J Huss, the Young Bane, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very Afro influence. So for you can't be saying.
Yeah, you listen to their interviews and they'll say that.
Almost. I mean, like even people that I don't really listen to too much. People like Lotto Boys, who came with the Afro Beam, which was kind of brought to me by what's his name, Mr. Montgomery last episode. No, there again, it's even though that's more Caribbean, it's still under the whole Afro umbrella. So everything that's really, really popping right now is of that. And even if it's not, the people that are even in Grand, for example, like the Stormzy's, he reps his heritage to the max. He's not playing around. He reps his heritage to the max, and lets people know. So it's, to me, that's why I always say, we just have to promote Afro culture over here. It's always about Afro culture. Yeah, we love Afro music, but it's about Afro culture. Like everything we do, whether that be, and that's why we film stuff to do with fashion or whatever the case may be. Because Afro culture is something that's growing within the UK, and we're starting to have our own identity. You know, I think there was a point in time where it was just, okay, you're either African or British, and people will say, oh, I'm born here. That's all they will say. But now people are kind of happy to say, yeah, I am
British born
Nigerian. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Right before, that wasn't the case. Yeah. So these artists, I think they definitely need to ensure. I think we need to ensure that we don't want anyone jumping on Afro sound and be like, oh yeah, I'm an Afro artist. Like, okay, what's your background? Who do you listen to? Like, who's your influences? Because you could just be jumping on a bandwagon. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest. Let's be very honest.
And then let's say it gets to a point where it's not so cool anymore. Then you jump onto something.
They're gonna jump on something else. And this is funny because it's funny you said that as well, because I tell people as well, listen, all these people that are jumping, all these artists that are getting excited because people are on their backs and people are supporting. I'm like, listen, these platforms, if they're not really Afro, understand there's gonna be a time where they're gonna jump off yours. And the ones that are really about Afro will still be there. So please ensure you're creating the connections and the relationships with the right people that really care about you. Because I'm telling you, once these ones that only there and they document you because you're popping right now, when Afro is no longer cool to them, please believe you're gone. And don't feel in any sort of way. Just understand this. It's business. It's business, and that's when you start realizing to yourself, I don't want to be part of that whole music business. I want to be part of and be around people that actually care about what I do. When we do this and we're doing stuff that we don't have to do, I can only advise them to, you know what I'm saying, be close to people that care, because I see what these other people are doing and they're jumping on and putting them on and, oh yeah, my song of the day is this. But you never cared when Afro was nothing. I mean, who said it on Twitter? I forgot, was it NSG that said, you know, it wasn't cool, you know what I'm saying? It was 2 years ago when it wasn't cool.
And now it's like the most influential.
Everyone is on it.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, please guys, understand your influence. Like, you working with being Pain, understand that, you know, he needs you. Don't ever think that, oh wow. Like, yes, it's a great achievement, but you guys are gonna make him even more relevant to a market that's growing. Like, we are very influential. And they can't deny that. So like, there's an awakening happening. So we'll just see where it goes, basically.
Yeah. So actually, any artists that I interview or talk to, like from now on, I'm gonna ask them exactly what is it that got you into this, or what were you listening to 10, 15 years ago?
You see them just shaking. They'll just shaking. Realness comes out, but they'll be like, oh, you know, I won't lie, this Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. I won't even lie.
Well, which is fine, it's fine, but then why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that for long?
But yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, so, damn, do you want to do your top 3 at the moment?
Oh yeah,
you want the spot?
Yeah, no, okay, cool. The third one, I'm gonna put this one in third, not because I think the song is absolutely fire. I think it's probably the best thing that's been put out from this artist. I won't say in a long time, but this artist is a person that's always been recognised within the Afro beat scene within the UK, and this has only kind of come to show again that he's not going anywhere. And I also want to congratulate this artist on his appearance, which should kind of give you a bit more context in what I'm talking about. His appearance at the Davido show, which you absolutely killed.
Did you go to Davido?
No. But you know, I heard here, there, and everywhere of it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of being connected, you hear stuff. So it's like, absolutely killed it. So that Sona Feeling You is my third. I'll put number 3 again, not because I just had to put it there because I actually like the track, but there's others that I have to really put in number 1 or 2, and you'll see why. But Sona Feeling You, amazing track. I love the fact that he's come back with a sweet sound. It kind of reminded me of the whole, is it No Other? Kind of. Yeah, I was feeling that, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of that sound there, like, that's where I really just kind of woke up to him, and he's brought Finny. I'm like, there you go, my G. So I'm loving it.
Listened to us in our previous.
Listen, that song there is fire, and it will be actually be number one. But I don't listen, Sona. Let's give other people chance. That's why I'm putting you here. No, real talk. You see, I'm giving you chance. I'm saying that's why I'm putting you here, but song is fire. I'm saying song is fire. My second one I'll have to say is a new artist. I've done this one by purpose because I love her sound. It was out of two people actually. And I will note both of them just to make sure, because I don't want anyone to go missing or people just. So the one I didn't put in second that I would have, but because this one was a bit better, was a Ugandan artist called Angelina Onana, which I really like. I think I liked her. I think the present is very interesting when a new artist comes out and you look that professional. You know, it really helps every single, like it helps the image, helps the sound.
Is she UK based?
She's UK based. And the reason why I didn't put this one in second is because the one I did put in second, which is Nkiru, JeJe, is because sound-wise I did like that one a lot. Don't know me, JeJe. Big up, Nkiru. That's my second one there. Nkiru again is an artist that I know is fairly new. And the song was just, can I say, probably one of the best I've heard from Afro artist coming out of the UK, a female Afro artist in the UK for some time. Again, first appearance, hit the nail on the head in terms of the visuals, the composition, the sound, her style, it just works. And she looked like a boss in that video, which I'm sure if she's hearing, it's gonna be like, yeah, that was the idea, like sitting in that chair, looking all grown. So Nkiru JeJe, new artist, pop in. Please go and check that lady out there. She's fire stuff. We should be doing stuff with her. We've got a few plans with her in the future, but Nkiru. And the first one, listen, this is just sound-wise straight. This person is popping, but I can't help it. I've been banging this out since it came out. This is a Maleek Berry upon my mind. Have mercy. Yo, Maleek, King, bro. Oh boy, that track there.
Betty on this. I've been thinking about you one night long. Yeah. In the morning when I wake up, you in my mind. I've been thinking about you one night long. In the morning, you in my mind. You there on my mind, babe. You there on my mind. You there on my mind, babe. You there on my mind. It's like all the time, babe. It's like all the time. You there on my mind, babe. You there on my mind, yeah. You know it's cuffing season and I'm feeling ya. Let me roll the windows down. It's the night time, the right time.
Hey guys, it's your boy Sona G. It's Sona G. And you're locked into ARB Radio, hosted by Afro. When I say play the music, you say yeah.
When you're very started as a producer and it's now crossed over to the scene of the narrative, and I think a lot of people are doing that as well. So like with Juls, he started as a producer, now he's not necessarily doing anything vocally on the song, but he's now actually it's a Juls song. What's your opinion on it?
Funny enough, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them doing it right now, I think, but there's not many of them that's crossing over like the Juls and Maleeks. But I think, if you're good at it, which I rate Maleek really, really, really highly in terms of musicality. And thing as well, please don't get me wrong, and Juls, absolutely fire. Juls, I find that his sound is he tries to make it even a lot it's very rich in African instruments and sounds.
Yeah, well, that he's definitely well researched.
Very, very well researched. Yeah, well versed. Very. So it's but as an artist in terms of sound wise, I think sonically, Maleek just kind of cuts through to my ear a bit more, a bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love the fact that producers are starting to show that hand, because people kind of, most just box producers as you're just a producer and this and that, and sometimes you'll find undercover stuff where producers are having conflict with artists because maybe they didn't get this or they didn't get paid and so forth, and it could be a struggle. And it's like when a producer is that good, where they don't I'm not hearing anybody trying to saying that I shouldn't use the word swindle producers like Maleek, Berry and Juls, because they don't need to. Like, they've got their own stuff, and it's very important for them to have their own stuff. So if that was to ever happen or occur, those type of situations, they're like, listen, I'm already a fire artist. So if you're trying to you never work with me again, because I got that fire, baby. So no, it's a beautiful situation. But just please producers that are thinking of doing it, please be good. Because at the end of the day, I don't want it to be a situation like where we get people contacting us saying, oh, could you do this, or could you put us on? And I'm talking about certain artists, and that unfortunately we try to promote stuff that we believe in. I don't want to diss anybody, but producers, don't stop thinking you can do a Maleek, Berry or Juls. Please be a solid, you can sing, you can do, or else just leave it, because some people are very, very sensitive. They're not very good with criticism. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. I love it. Keep doing it.
No, I agree. Yeah. And I feel like over the past couple of years, like, you've seen producers really come to the forefront. Like, you will hear some beats and you'll know it's a Maleek Berry beat, or it's a SARS beat, or it's a Kid Dominant beat, for example. And also, the fact that in a lot of Afrobeat songs you always hear the producer being mentioned at the beginning. Like, it's almost so key to the song. So I was at Davido's concert last weekend, and a lot of his songs are produced by Kid Dominant. And because he sings Kid Dominant's name and everyone just sang it out, it's a Kid Dominant song, and it's a great song. And I just feel like, in general, the quality of producers, that's really, I think that's been an important factor behind the rise of Afrobeats and the crossover to the West and commercially as well. Because the quality of the songs that they're producing are just up there. It's great. It just means that we're getting better content and we're listening to better things as well, and it's just really good to see that. But like you said, I think not everyone can cross over. So not everyone can cross over. I think if you are going to cross over, you need to really know what you're doing. So Maleek Berry in particular, I think he's done a lot of work. His back catalogue is huge, but then I think he just chose the right moment to come out. And when he did drop his music is his sound is so distinctive. It's a Maleek Berry song, and it's Maleek Berry's vocals as well. So. But then what I found really interesting as well is that Maleek Berry, the producer, is actually quite different from Maleek Berry, the artist. His sound as an artist, I think, is quite different from what he actually produces. So if you think about the stuff he's done with One Day Cole, Baby Hello, that's a very, that's not a song I would expect him to be on right now, but he produced it. So I think that's just him being a very good producer, knowing his artists, knowing his clients that he's working for, but also knowing his own sound, so he creates something distinctive for himself. And a lot of people are actually jumping on that sound now. So yeah, I think producers are amazing, and they are getting better, and they are definitely some of the best in the world, and they're becoming as famous as the artists themselves as well. So
I think in our view as well, what we're seeing as well, because I love to get you guys' view on. We're talking about producers, but videographers. I think the cinematography of a lot of videos out right now is really, really good. I don't know if you guys, in terms of even if you don't know specific videographers, what do you feel of the whole visuals and so forth? Kaz, I don't know what you feel about the visuals that are coming out right now, within Afro.
I think it's good. I think it has to always relate to the actual song. So the concepts have to. That's what I look at anyway. So let's say a song that's out now, say Fire, the videography on that, I think it's just amazing.
It was so good.
Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then his new one,
Flower My Flower.
It's just crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like the song has to be good, but then the video has to match the level of the song. So that's why I feel like the video is thriving.
The video actually pushes the song out.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That the new Davido song, I'm not really keen on the actual tune, because remember you played it to me. I wasn't interested, but just the way the whole cinematography of it, the way it was all produced and that, with the throwback and to the modern day. just love that. I love concept. I love a story, and there was a story behind it. Yeah, so I feel like there always needs to be a story in the video.
Kiss Daniel did something similar like that with Yeoo. That was shot by Clarence Peters, again another legend in the videography game. But actually, Afro Section did a thread earlier on in the year of the top 10 videos, end of last year, top 10 videos of last year. I don't know, I actually thought about it and it was like, actually there's been so many videos that are really good quality that have been shot by like amazing people. So we did the thread. And for me, the video that stood out and that came in as number one was Adekunle Gold's Money. Like, that was such a great idea to have like and at the end of it, I went to my mum and I was like, because he was on a 5,000 Naira note, and I was like, Mommy, I don't think there's a 5,000 Naira note, but like it was just such a great idea. And he's actually just brought out a video now. And I think that's what I'm going to end the whole episode on, because I'm a massive Adekunle Gold fan. Like, I actually love the guy. He's got a new song called Ire, and the video for that, he's going backwards the whole entire time. So even though these ideas are actually not, I'm sure they're nothing new to pop videos and stuff, but to the Afro scene, like when you're thinking about like the song itself and like the message behind the song, because he's saying in the song that like I've always been looking for goodness. I've been looking for Ire my whole life, not realizing that it's actually always been within me. So like he starts off the video, I think at his like birthday party, and then he goes backwards to like sort of right to the beginning of his whole journey, realizing that actually I was trying to be this person this whole time, and actually I should just embrace myself and Ire will come my way. And it was just such a great idea. Like he's just literally walking backwards the whole time but singing forwards, if that makes sense. And I just thought it's simple, but like it was shot well, the quality is amazing. And it's just great. So like, videographers are really doing their thing. And I think even artists in the UK, like you've got to also think about that element of your music as well. Like you've got all these other platforms that are shooting videos for £300, £400, right? But if you can get someone, maybe it might not be as well known as the top people that are doing it, but if you can get someone that really has an idea and a concept behind your video and understands the song and the meaning that you're trying to put across, then you can actually get a not too badly shot video. So I think videos are super important and they are getting even better. So
I think it's, especially for me, I think in general, I think that, like the whole, we've seen a lot of stuff come out, even like from South Africa. Like I'm talking about fire artists where like and it's funny as well. We there's another got their team. I think they're called Billion. I forgot their names are. We posted them up basically, but that video, I think the style, like the way Afro music is being presented around the world is ridiculous. But I definitely want to again give another shout again to a UK, because I think it's very important. A UK based visionary, I would say, a person that's a videographer, a video director, is a woman called Marika Godwin. Big shout out to you. We've always been in contact with you. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of going out. I mean, exactly what Kaz said in terms of the visuals needs to work with the song and so forth. I think that's why this lady called Marika Godwin, please check her out. She's basically like she's the vision behind a lot of videos. That's basically what it is. So every time you see it, a video that she's done, it will say Marika Godwin Vision, Marika Godwin Vision, and that's spelled Marika Godwin. So she's definitely doing a thing in, like the whole videography world, especially for Afro. So for example, one of the most creative videos that we said, because kind of going off the back of what you guys said in terms of the best videos that you felt were most creative in terms of Afro as a whole, Adekunle Gold, we support that notion. That was the best, most creative. But in terms of the UK, I would say the one that I liked was NewAgeMuzik Trending Topic. That was actually a vision by Marika Godwin, and I love the fact that she brought in the song was called Trending Topic, and she brought in the whole social media aspect where got flying Instagram, Facebook, here, comments. It was so innovative. You feel me? And that was her vision. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically like the most. notable we can say. But she done other videos for people like Lizzy's new one. She done Lizzy's new one. She done for some guy called, I know it's someone, Gentleman Sammy and someone else. Forgive me, the last.
Chills.
Yes, Chills. She done that one. She done that. Well, yeah, she's done. Look, let's just please check her out. She's doing her thing. I love to promote people like that. Why? Because trust me, I was thinking of putting that one there, but I thought, because it was so new. I'm like, it's too new for me to kind of put it in, especially for us. Oh well, you know what I mean. I thought I need to put there, but yeah, that's a big song, but yeah, I think the videography game is definitely stepping up. Definitely stepping up in Afro. If I look at it like an Afro scene compared to where grime started, which completely different era. I don't think the cameras were as good back then. But how Afro has been able to start and a short period in which things have become so professional, it's only going to make us look good. But then we need to ensure that we are professional. So I'm saying the people need to be professional. Everything may look professional, but if the people ain't turning up to shows or turning up to events and so forth, that's what's going to ruin it. So please, let's just keep that consistency across the board.
Alright, cool. So my top 3, like that, I'm gonna go with number 3. It was Sona, Feeling You. Hey. When you said it hurt my heart, bro. But it's calm. It's a good song. So that would be my number 3. My second one is Team Salute featuring Naira, Marley, Wagon. It's another good song there. In terms of like Naira Marley, I like the way he's just so original with it in terms of his style. He's an African born and bred. So it's like he comes with that vibe and that source to the UK Afrobeat scene. So he just adds a little touch into it. And my number 1's got to be Naira Marley, Flying Away. Till today, it's still my tune. Such a good song. So that's it. This is Naira Marley, Flying Away.
Right now me feel like chill with my friends, smoke a lot weed to the brain. Right now me feel like sip on juice, like I ain't got nothing to do. Right now me feel like to bust some moves, feel like the man in the room. Right now me feel like sip on juice and build some fast, we could just fly away. I'm flying away, I'm flying away. I'm flying away, I'm flying away, I'm flying away. I'm flying away, I'm flying away, I'm flying away. I'm flying away, I'm flying away, I'm flying away. I'm flying away. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Beg. Is that what you want me to do? They don't want me to win, yeah, they want me to lose. Fam, I got nothing to lose, they don't want contribute, they just want me to give. Fam, I got nothing for you, they don't want contribute, they just want me to give way. Fam, I got nothing for you. I came here just to party, don't get me started. If it's party, then it's party, let's party. If it's beef, then it's beef, and I get a poppy. Man, I came here with my toolie and I'll catch a body. Yeah, if we ain't that special, run up on the up, and don't stop plotting.
Just speaking of Naira Marley, I think the thing I like about him a lot is his authenticity. Like the fact that, he's born and raised in Nigeria, came here, but then also he's got that sort of like road, sort of street guy element like based here as well, but he just does not care, like absolutely does not care. I think that's what just makes him so appealing. And you do hear, like we were listening to a song on the way here actually, where I was like, oh yeah, this guy actually just sounds like almost like a rip-off of Naira Marley, because like I think it's only Naira Marley that can really sound like get away with the way he sounds and the way he puts things across and the way he does stuff. Like it's a goal, that song. Like I remember when I first heard it and I thought I don't know what this is. But then actually it's such a good song in a way that it's like really crossed over in Nigeria. Also here as well, people like the song. And it goes in with the whole Shakka movement at the moment. That's really big. The guy just knows like what to do, and I think he has the right contacts. But then also, that I don't know, he's a bit of an interesting character, I think. But I really rate what he's doing at the moment. Like, he's pumping out the music.
Yeah. I think he's got 4 videos in about 3 months. Pretty good. Yeah, and I don't know if they're shooting one for this to go, but boy, they need to shoot one for that because
it should be the official Nigeria World
Cup. It should be 100%. If it's not already, it should be, because I know he was there at the unveiling of the kit. So yeah, definitely. have a listen to that. That's a big tune there still.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, to finish off, what do you think your predictions are for 2018? Like, I mean, we're just coming to the end of. There's been a lot of songs that have come out since January, from the biggest artists and from people that are up and coming as well. The quality has stayed really good between since the beginning of the year. Yeah. What do you see happening? Sort of?
Do you mean like what artist do we feel like is going to be big in this year?
Anything. So what artist do you think is going to be big? What sound do you think is going to be big? Because the sound always changes sort of annually. Like, for example, Davido, I think he's got a formula at the moment. Every song he drops is just crazy. And then, but will he be different? Will he sound different at the end of the year? Will, you know, I think WizKid is bringing out a song next week at some point. What's that going to sound like? What do you think is the sound? Do you think Shakka is still going to be a big thing in December? Is it going to be taken over by a new dance? Is Afro Swing still going to be doing its thing at the end of December? Like, what do you think is going to happen in 2018? We might be completely wrong.
Yeah, of course.
But like, as spectators, what do you think?
Can you go first?
Yeah, cool. I think probably like. I feel like WizKid will continue to do this kind of African vibe. You know, he was kind of going left a bit, doing like this westernized sound. Now I feel like throughout this whole year, everything he's going to drop is going to be literally African related. So all his new sounds will probably be African related. Whether it's going to be as promising as the video, I don't think so, innit? Because the video is just, the consistency is just, it's ridiculous.
By the way, he brought out WizKid at his show, which was pretty good.
Yeah. So, and I also think Sona, if he continues with this feeling you, I feel like he's starting to understand what the fans want. If he can continue this vibe, you know, that I reckon he would have a very good year this year. You know, if he sticks to what he knows and not tries to fluctuate through different genres, just stay where you are, and yeah, it should be good. So like he's already had a good start already for the year, and I feel like someone like a band like NSG maybe this year, they could be promising because, you know, they've got new tunes. Yeah, so and it's pretty. I think it's decent. It's a good collaboration there as well. Especially they're all from the same area as well. So it's like you know, people from the ends kind of bring each other in, kind of thing. Yeah, so that's my kind of predictions for the year. So NSG to do well, Sona to do well, and WizKid to keep his heritage in terms of the African vibe. Yeah, I feel like that's my prediction. Yeah, that's it.
It's very interesting. You kind of mentioned the whole, you know, again, I always try to focus on, I guess, like the Afro scene within the UK, but I completely agree with you first off with the whole WizKid thing. I think in general, I think he definitely could. Listen, everyone has favourites. Let's not. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has biases, and for me, when it came to the whole WizKid and Davido, I'm more of a WizKid, I won't lie, but listen, music is music, it's good music, and the video has gone absolutely crazy. I don't know what's gone into his bloodstream, but my guy, ratings, like you know what I'm saying? Again, like me personally, I've always said that how I feel. I just always felt that WizKid was a bit more, his musicality was like something that I was more drawn towards, but what you're showing to me right now is that you're able, you know what I'm saying, like, to do that. Like, you can't be bringing out hits upon hits upon hits like that, and people to ignore you and still say WizKid is fire, but no. So definitely, I think WizKid's gonna have to really step up his game in terms of kind of to keep with it. But I mean, they're friends, like you said, he brought him out, so they're just showing that there's camaraderie there as well. But the main thing now, me kind of saying that is what's going to be a driving force within the Afro scene this year is going to be a high level of competitiveness. And this is funny because this is what very funny. This is what Mr. Montgomery touched upon, saying that, you know, the Afro, I guess like the Afro scene or Afro swing, whatever case is, or well, I think he said the Afro beat scene here. There needs to be some controversy, whatever the case may be. Not, you know. And then he's like, well, not too much controversy, but the main thing is, to me, I think it's competitiveness. I think it's going to become so much more competitive due to the fact that you see people like the Sonas and SKs that are really bringing out music. SK is kind of gone. He's gone under the, you know, like he's
brought out a song though.
No, this he's brought out two. So he's working under. Yeah, he's working. Trust me, like he's putting in work. You know, along the lines of listening to, I guess, what has kind of been touted. For example, again, Mr. Montgomery saying stuff like, oh, they don't really show personality, they're not doing any stuff like that. SK's doing like a whole new, where he's showing a bit more of himself. I'm saying like in the studio, he's filming these sessions, he's bringing out his personality. I'm saying he's talking to these artists are definitely, like, to me they're listening, and to me it makes me know that they're humble enough to do so. Because some people might just see it as a proud thing and just be like, oh no, I don't care what this person says. But no, like, I think people are definitely taking notes and what we need to do, and competitiveness this year is going to be high because everyone's putting out quality. I think that's the main thing from when it comes to the sound to the video directors that are being like, every artist now, I'm realizing they're trying to make sure that their video is better than like the next person's video. Every artist trying to make sure that I make a better song than. And yeah, it feels, I can feel the competitiveness. I can really feel it right now amongst artists. I can see like slow separation from people being in tight-knit groups, and they kind of want to break out a bit more to ensure that their brand stands out more. I'm seeing that a lot in like early this year, and I think that's going to happen. I think it's really going to push the whole scene to a whole new level. You got people like NSGs that are getting GRN plaques, and they're hitting new heights. And now they're working with people like Notes, and Notes, him himself, it's not like he's like some big of star, but in our scene he definitely is. He's a star. And for NSG to link up with him just shows how much they're moving. So I think competition is going crazy right now, and it's gonna push people so hard. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of the UK-based artists, so like your Notes, your NSGs, that sort of fall into that Afro swing sort of branch. I see for 2018 a lot of them crossing over a lot more, doing a lot more with like a more commercial artists, so maybe through like duets and so on, or like just doing more branding, more just being in your face, and so I definitely see that whole Afro swing thing becoming more just bigger in 2018, I think. What else do I see?
And more collabs, please, guys. Yeah, I know you're doing collabs, but please do even more collabs. I'm seeing stuff from a bit more outside of the scene, stuff like the track that I like outside of the scene. One Ace featuring Western. That is a strong ass track, very strong track. So more collabs from Afro, please, definitely.
Would you call it One Ace Afro?
No. I'm just saying in general. Like, so basically, I'm looking at the scene as a whole. If you look at it like the black urban scene. Yeah. That collab, I want that to translate to like an Afro collab. So I want some Afro artists to do that, because that was an amazing. I rate One Nation to the bloody max from JeJe. I don't even, but a long time ago. I've known about One Nation and the team. If that can be translated to that Afro scene where people, when you do work together, make it hard and purposeful.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So collaborations.
So I think within the UK scene I see a lot more sort of crossing over to the commercial side this year. I also see a lot of Afrobeats in general is quite heavily dominated by Nigerians and Ghanaians as a sort of generic generalization, but I think I see more non-Nigerians in particular doing well this year. So I really feel like the Ghanaians in particular have really started off very strongly. A lot of up-and-coming people that are coming through, and I see that coming. So like someone like King Promise, who I mentioned earlier on, I reckon he's gonna end the year high. Really big in the Ghana scene. And then also like some even South African artists and stuff, like they're really coming through. Like someone like Casper Novenyest and Kwesi, I think his name's Kwesi. He's got a song with Wale at the moment called Spirit, which is just such a powerful song. It's so powerful. I love South African music anyway. So I definitely see something coming out there that but I'm not sure what, but I feel like there'll be more things. Maybe we'll just be more aware of what's going on, be more in our faces, especially like in the Black Panther film, they played Bates Wodumo, Moelogo, which was really big last year. So it's one of, I don't know if you know the Gwara Gwara dance move.
Yeah.
So that's a song that really blew up that Gwara Gwara dance move. And so, yeah, like just playing that song in that film, and given how big the film is at the moment, it's great. It was great for South Africa. It's great for like that whole Afro house. I think it's called con music. I can't remember. I don't know how to say it, but they have a particular genre of music called con, which is, I think that's what that falls into. And I really see that sort of like being a lot more in our face. Yeah, and I think I see a lot more like international collaborations, but not international as in Africa with Americans or British, but amongst Africans. So like a lot, like you see like Soul to Soul collaborating. They're from Kenya, collaborating with Nigerians, collaborating with Tanzanians. So I just see a lot more of that, and I feel that that's so important because like it's amazing when they do it, and the quality of what's coming out as well is fantastic. So yeah, I think I see a lot more collaboration and a lot more people who didn't necessarily have the light on them getting that shine this year. To wrap up, I think it's been quite a good show. Just like a nice chat about the scene and just like what we think about it.
Most definitely.
So I guess just to follow us on social media to like keep up with what we're doing. Afro Section, we've got our Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud. Afro Section, contact us or email us as well at afrosectioninfo@gmail.com and we will respond. And yeah, just like if you want to get your stuff out or if you want us to review your stuff, we always give as much advice and constructive criticism as we can to content, then please contact us.
The good thing is that there are certain people that are sending submissions in, so please keep doing that. It's arbnationtv@gmail.com. That's arbnationtv@gmail.com. arbnationtv for Twitter and Instagram as well, and Facebook. We're not too early. But can I just say as well, because we touched on the thing, please guys go watch Black Panther. Go and watch Black Panther. I just wanted to say that. Go and watch Black Panther, please, because it's
and don't stop. Once the first credits is finished, still stay in the cinema, watch that, and then after the second credits is finished, there's even another one after. So there's two.
Watch everything.
Did you know?
What's the last one?
There's the last one when they're in a hut.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's okay.
Yeah, I missed it.
But the thing is if you're a Marvel fan,
you always know, but you don't know that. You just don't know, because usually what they do on Marvel, we're going off a tangent, but you know what? That's it. Go watch it. Go watch Black Panther. We're gonna end this. I think we should end it because we're talking about collaborations. That's a great collaboration. Free. We've got Naira, Marley, Olamide, Little Kesh. Because we need more. I feel like we need more collaborations, not just like UK people, but maybe UK and Africa. And that like Crumbs and Flavor just done that as well in their new song. Have you heard it? They've got a new song came out last week. It's a collaboration with someone from Ghana, like a proper big artist from Ghana. He's on about 800,000 on Instagram.
Naira, Marley and who? I've got a collaboration right now.
Naira, Marley, Little Kesh.
You serious?
Yeah,
it's a gold song.
Naira Marley, right? He's bloody moving, bro.
He's doing this.
That
He's
is not
collaborated
small.
with Olamide before, though.
I didn't know. But still, though, I mean, like, that's fire, bro. He's moving like crazy.
Okay, well, I wanted to end with Adekule Gold, but
no. Do your thing.
No.
Because that's. Yeah, we should do it. It's a goal still.
Okay, so we're gonna leave you with Naira Marley featuring Little Kesh and Olamide and the whole shaku movement that's really big and it's a difficult dance that I can't do.
Yes.
I need that, man. It's a goal.
Updates, oh yeah, baby, Siza is a go. Hey, Sangalo is a go. Shanawale is a go. Escobar is a go. Toros is a go. Naira Marley is a go. Olosho is a go. Zainadin is a go. 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 Ongo is a go. Oh, this is a go. Is a go. Is a go. Is a go. Jerry Wale is a go. Whoa, this is a go. Malosun, this is a go. How much you want better? This is a go. Bado pass it, but this is a go. Away match is a go. Refitika is a go. Forward, Bill Wale is a go. So what if it's penalty is a go? Ibo Pekam is a go. Cash House is a go. YBNA is a go.
Nigeria is a go.